Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Great to be here again. So we are on to Wednesday, hump days upon us, and wanted to pick up on what we were just talking about yesterday, where we were starting to discuss some of the brainstorming work that we do when we take off working with clients. We obviously want to get completely under the hood of your people, your process, your platform, the policies, the price. What sort of what's the breadth of analytics that you have? What level of smart analytics have you got? Is it have you got predictive work happening in the organization? So really, where are you at with your business? Are you looking to launch? Are you at brand ideation stage? Are we looking to grow or scale to take your business to that next level? And again, is it about UK or is it a global target objective that you're looking at as well? So we started looking at some of the brand mapping work that we would do initially. And I was mentioning on part one around a lot of the analytics, the access to data, any of the, we're really looking at what do you know so far. So we had some particular questions that we start with in regards to the vision, your customers, your market landscape, your competitors, what's the positioning of your brand, where are those opportunities, and really then we want to also look at that agnostic view of the research of the market, your competitors out there, what should be your positioning. We use a lot of the open, again from in terms of I suppose accessing Google, what can we research? We do desk research from qual basis also. So I just want to show you a little bit more about how we stack that and gather that analytics together to inform your data strategy. Of course, it's going to be quite unique and different for each business, depending on the size. We've worked with very small startup businesses or startups with lofty goals. We've helped those go to market with the best messaging, the best targeting, great audience definition, and ensuring you've got the right campaigns and programs that are going to roll off the back of that. And we've also helped large enterprise businesses who really need an external view to look at how connected is the data, how digitized are we, can we get a score on that? Really good exercise to look at get an audit of the marketplace as well and see what can we bring in terms of benchmarks and industry standards and how other competitors are performing. Anyway, I will dive in and share a screen to show an example of a recent piece of work that we have done. And just I'll check over to that. So I want to show the output from our brainstorming work. There are, again, a number of different PowerPoints or PDFs that we would prepare, but in terms of the information gathering, you can see here the references, how we've ascertained the goals, the top level piece of work that are going on in an organization, what has been shared, the SEO audit, so digital MarTech audit, so we'd complete all of that work. So the SEO audit is looking at, we will use SEMrush, we'll use Moz, we will use Google Trends, we will use some other, there are so many tools that we actually use to gather the SEO insight to see what your customers and visitors are using in terms of terms and keywords and how they're finding your business. Again, it depends on, are you a B2B or B2C, D2C business? So we need to look across lots of different channels, complete a very thorough SEO audit. We then will look at your digital MarTech audit. So what are you on presently? And that was the tech, the tools, the platforms, how connected are they? But we will also look at your competitors to understand and to comprehend what are they on, so we can get a like for likeness on the, I suppose, the capabilities and the tools and the infrastructure that they have in place. We will evaluate all of your content marketing. So we'll look across what your email programs are, what you are doing from a social perspective, what you have happening in press. So again, we have a customer journey map that we work through every single channel, from awareness to consideration to repeat, long time, loyalty and retention. So we will look across all the channels that connected across those, whether it could be your customer services, it's about your feedback loops. So we want to bring all of that data through and evaluate the strength of that, and again how that is landing with your customers in consideration of their expectations. So what is the service and the experience and the interaction that they are looking for? As mentioned, marketplace landscape. So we can use a lot. We reference a lot of different sources. So we'll bring in those industry, the associations, the different. We do a whole gambit of, what actual reports are out there. What can we bring through in terms of trends? We'll be looking at the actual country UK strategies. So are there particular decisions coming through fairly, in short visibility or long-term goals? And we're constantly looking at that as well. So this particular business is in the fuel multi-energy. So we were looking a lot at, again, gas emissions, and we're looking at the changes for 2025, the net zero, 2030, all of the targets, and we really want to think about how are we going to build the brand messaging around that as well. And that's where it comes down into the positioning, audit, recommendations, and we will bring that into a fully defined roadmap as well. And those will be prioritized initiatives that can look at the quick wins. So what can we achieve within the first 2 to 3 months, or even quicker than that? What are the significant milestones that we need to do straight off? And then how are we going to build on that journey, creating the journey, aiming for the destination, but we're not going for, it's going to take phases, a phased approach to get there. So we'll make those recommendations. And then we'll have a whole depth on the persona. Again, the recommendations there, the introductions to the buyer persona. So once we've worked on the persona workshop with you, we can develop all of that. Who's your core audience? How are you speaking to them at the moment? Can we grade that? How do we rank that in terms of the experience we want to provide to them? So we're really auditing ourselves and seeing how, are we hitting a green on this, or do we need to improve and move the needle a little bit more? Again, what are those recommendations, linking it back to the buyer behavior, what they expect to see and experience with the brands that they are dealing with. And then we'll do a lot more around the further competitor positioning. So we will use AI and to link into things like Google Maps. We can bring in all of the reviews. We can bring in social mentions, social comments from both your business, competitor businesses, linked industries that we think could be relevant as well. We can bubble that all through so that we get the insight again around helping to define your strategy and what your positioning should be. And then that brings us into, okay, we now have a really clear focus for what are we saying is our vision statement? Are we happy now that we've got the right mission statement? Are we happy that we've got the right objectives? Have we turned those into smarter objectives? So really working on those measurable outcomes for you. And then, and obviously keeping a good, clear link and navigation for all of those documents, sharing them with you, great references. It makes me think a little bit about Perplexity as well, around citations and the trends coming through there in respect to search and contextual search, and how people are looking for fact-based referenced material. You can see some of the work here from a, again, competitor evaluation and look and feels and campaign design and some of the creative that we would be considering. And really this is a 40-page document that we're providing to this particular client. So I just want to show also just jump across. We have a whole other folder then of what goes into that, and just to share with you, I suppose, some of the lifting that goes into gathering that full view, because we have so much that we can do. So when I mention around social audits, accessing marketplace landscape, further competitor positioning, again, competitor research, what we're able to do in each of those folders, we have a depth of spreadsheets that have lifted out data of your competitors or the activity that's happening online. So even if you feel that you don't have a lot of data or that necessarily that analytics in-house just yet, there are many other ways that we can access a viewpoint and bring that through to gather more data, more intelligence around your business, your brand, and competitors. So just wanted to share that with you. Wanted to, we can always go into so much more detail and discussion around brainstorming, brand ideation, brand scale, brand growth, targeting, positioning, really that start of the awareness funnel, and would love to discuss more. So, by all means, please get in touch, and I've just put my link to my one-to-one if you want to jump on for just a chat, and anything else that you'd like to discuss, just reach out and get some time in my diary. I'll speak to you again. Bye.